They have fed some of their victims, dead and alive.
Pop, 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 shooting at his feet and shit for the G-Unit spinner. The chain get taken. He running around Chicago trying to get the chain back.
That area specifically was the worst area for you to be in Chicago at that point, period.
Yo, you know who got the chain back? Them El Chapo twins.
Jay Flores, he got the piece back to me just to create the relationship. He brought the piece back.
I want to show you the time when 50 Cent worked with El Chapo Guzman's biggest distributor.
When they were helping to distribute over 71 tons of and collect $2 billion in cash. Even the prosecutors pointed out their cooperation was unprecedented. Their assistance led to the arrest last year in Mexico of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, the alleged boss of the Sinaloa.
Meet Margarito and Pedro Flores, the El Chapo twins, which some people call them. Now, 50 first made contact with the cartel twins back in 2004 during the era of Get Rich or Die Trying.
I'll tell you a story you didn't hear, right? I actually came in contact with the twins in 2004.
But for the audience, explain who the twins are.
Yeah, both Jay and Peter Flores, well, I came in contact with them in 2004. This is like at the peak point of the performances of Get Rich or Die Trying. And I'm on a tour.
As you know, this story began in 2004, and it all started because of a chain. Now, to many people, a chain is just another piece of jewelry. But in hip-hop, your chain is your symbol, your reputation, your sign of success. And some rappers even consider it to die for.
On his song, If I Can't, 50 Cent rap, "Ninjas don't rob me. They know I'm down to die for my chain." Chains are a huge part of hip-hop culture, and that's where the whole bling bling thing started from. That's why the likes of Slick Rick will always show off his chain.
Back in the days when rappers used to start off, we used to have to borrow the jewelry before we could purchase it. So that's why you hear a lot of rumors where they say, you don't own that, you don't own this, you borrowed it. Back in the days, you say that a lot, but it was true. It's not a bad thing, it's just you gotta sell yourself like Cinderella. She gave it to me on my 40th birthday. Kinda looks like a military design. I get with this one, which is a little bigger, a little better. Arms are bigger, so it looks better on your face, you see what I'm saying? Plus, it's unique because nobody wears an eye patch, so when you put this on your face, it really says jewelry, like, what the heck? So you get bigger like this. So when you put them all together, like this on your arm, it looks like one giant big bracelet, you know what I'm saying? So it makes an impression. Especially if you have on a short sleeve shirt, you know what I mean? If it's like hot, you don't wanna overload yourself. You just wanna like wear one piece like this one. It's big, it's in your face, you can't miss it.
For the rap game, chains can be a marketing tool, and one of the most iconic chains was the G-Unit spinner chain. And back in 2004, when G-Unit was at the top of the game, everyone wanted to get their hands on the chain. The chain's design was hand-drawn by Lloyd Banks, and according to 50, it cost $300,000 to get the chain made.
That happened, the piece, I'm gonna hit people didn't know, but when I had the G-Unit piece originally, if you looked at it, you see me wearing it, Ebro, it was $300,000 I spent on the piece.
So when Young Buck's chain got stolen, it was a serious problem. Buck released his debut album, Straight Out of Cashville, on the 24th of August, 2004, less than a month after Lloyd Banks released his own debut album, The Hunger for More, on the 29th of June, 2004. Banks and Buck were touring the country together in the summer during the Anger Management Tour to promote their albums. And on July 23rd, 2004, they had a show in Chicago. They did radio interviews and a concert, and after the show, they headed to their hotel rooms and called it a night. 50 Cent had insisted and advised Buck and Banks to go straight to their hotel rooms after this performance. No going to the clubs or any after party. And if they had to go out at all, they should never go out with their jewelry. Young Buck and Lloyd Banks actually did as they were told. Buck also had a girl with him to keep him company for the night. However, one of Young Buck's friends, D. Tay, wanted to go to a party. D-Tay was not just another friend. This was one of Young Buck's day ones, his closest friend, his right-hand man, one of the guys that he grew up with, and they made it out of Tennessee together. During this period, D-Tay was also Young Buck's hype man. D-Tay had friends in Chicago, and they all wanted to go and party in the city.
One of the guys with us had a gun. I was like, long we strapped, let's go. You feel me? We was actually on their anger management tour, promo run, and this particular city, they had said, no after party.
Yeah.
Okay, because we've been going to after parties every city we were going to. And I ain't never been to Chicago, so I was like, nah, we gonna get some or something. I ain't never been to Chicago, shit. You feel? Just so happened we did the radio interview. It's like 10, 11 o'clock. Time get the kid like 2 o'clock in the morning, like 12:31, about 12:31. So we in Buck room. He got a little company, whatever. So we sitting up in the room talking this shit. At the time, I was wearing the G-Unit spinner at the shows. But this particular time, he had it, okay? And he had it sitting on his table. And I would, me, Auntie, I'm ready to get out, see the city. And one of our guys from Nashville, which he died, rest in peace to little man. He said, Tay, my cousin stay up here. You know what I'm saying? And we can get out, if you want to get out.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, yeah, these niggas sitting up in here like some goddamn statues, so come on. So he come up here, and he showed me the piece. I said, okay, he do got it.
Mm-hmm.
So we shooting this shit with Buck, blom. He like, yeah, it's a club. My niggas some clubs that we can get out. So I'm like, all right, big. So we sitting there chilling. I said, nah, I need to get that chain.
Then D-Tay decided to take the G-Unit chain to the club. Cause with the G-Unit chain, you won't have to pay to get into any club.
Because if I get that, we ain't gonna pay to get in no club.
Yeah.
Cause they know we in the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Buck is talking to Larry Joe. So the girl called his name and he go upstairs.
Why he do that?
Give me that. Yeah. And got up out the room.
Yeah.
So when we leave, I put the chain on, we out of here. I really done stole the chain.
Yeah.
Hey, big bro, 50, you crazy. I seen the interview. But yeah, I stole the chain from him that night and put it on and went out. And we ended up going out, we put up at this club, man. And I never forget.
When they got to the club, D-Tay was flexing, showing off his chain, letting everyone know that G-Unit was definitely in the building. And of course, just like he predicted, the security guards immediately realized that he was a member of G-Unit and asked him to come into the club without giving any money.
It was a lot of people outside by the front door in the line. They was just hanging out. And there was so many people that I'm like, okay, it's active. Like, this ain't in no alley type shit. So I'm like, when we pull up, I'm hanging out the window. Nigga, what's happening? G-Unit in the film. I got the chain. So the security guard at the club door see me. He said, oh, y'all good. Y'all come on. Just pull over, y'all good. Y'all can come in. So I'm like, yeah. Well, pull over right here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And my man like, I was gonna park the truck, tight. So I'm like, nah, just pull over right here on the side of the club, bro. Cause it's by the front door, we good. You know what I'm saying? Cause there was a lot of people out there.
Right.
So I said, just pull over right here so we can get back to the truck. Easy exit. So we pull up right there, and when we pulled that, I wasn't thinking it's nothing could really happen like that.
What D-Tay didn't tell you in the story was that the club was located in the infamous Cabrini Projects. And at the time in 2004, this was probably the most dangerous block in Chicago.
Welcome back to the Rob and Savage podcast.
Yeah!
Man, got a special guest. Nashville, Cashville's on.
That's right, Cashville.
D-Tay.
Yeah, it is.
What's up, man?
What's happening, Rob, man?
Man, look.
I appreciate you having me on your show, brother.
Appreciate you, man. You're a city legend, man.
Southeast
legend for that.
I appreciate that. At Cashville legend.
There you go.
Yeah, every side.
There you go.
Yeah, I got kicked out of high school.
Oh, man.
White Creek, McGavick, Maplewood.
To the creek ain't
Honest Lane.
Oh, man.
When I first came here,
It reminded me of Vietnam.
It's been called a city within a city, the most notorious public housing project in America. Dennis Davis patrols it for the Chicago police.
Drive straight through.
Built in the 40s and 50s, it was supposed to provide safe, inexpensive, integrated housing for people trying to save money to buy a house. Today, it's 70 acres of no man's land, void of legitimate enterprise, with its own laws and its own language.
Now, this building is called The Rock.
The Rock?
Yeah, The Rock.
Why do you call it The Rock?
It's like the Rock of Gibraltar. You know, it's there, you can't get to it, and it's the strongest thing in...
Now, what makes this even more interesting is that the Cabrini projects and the area known as Gold Coast were separated by only one street. The Cabrini projects was the poorest neighborhood in the city, while the Gold Coast was the 7th richest neighborhood in all of the United States. So you had the richest and the poorest neighborhoods right next to each other, just a few minutes away from each other. Most people treated the Cabrini projects like a no-fly zone. 50 Cent stated that the cops don't even go to Cabrini unless it's a serious issue.
When he gets,
wait, whose idea was this to show up to the projects?
It was a bad idea, man, but it was one of the cats. And I was like, listen, when I heard what did happen, I was like, what would make you do that, though? Like, and you know, like, the police don't even go to Cabrini projects. It was not a serious thing. Like, somebody's laid out if they go. You know what I'm saying? So it was way worse. That area specifically was the worst area for you to be in Chicago at that point, period. Oh.
D-Tay and his friends went to the Dragon Room Club in Cabrini Green because it was the only club open at that time of the night. Remember, D-Tay used the G-Unit chain to get into the club. Everyone knew he was wearing a G-Unit chain. Everyone, including the stick-up kids. A few minutes after getting into the club, someone starts shooting at the floor next to D-Tay's leg, asking him to hand over the spinner chain. D-Tay's friend and the robbers then start shooting at each other until D-Tay's man gets shot in the hand.
5 seconds later, it wasn't long. Man, them boys on that man, them boys said, give me that. When I heard him say, give me that, he shot first though. Boom, by my foot.
Yeah.
So I seen a spark, and I was like, damn, they shooting out here. So I see the spark, I hear a nigga say, give me that. So he got his hand on my necklace, and he's shooting at the ground, he shot the ground first. So when he said that, I didn't know what was going on, so I grabbed the necklace like, nah, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get low too, because I can't see nobody. But I hear a nigga saying, give me that. So when I grabbed the chain like that, he shot, then Manny shot. So Manny must have seen what was going on and he shot. When he shot, boom, Manny shot, boom, then he shot again, boom, then Manny shot again, boom, it was 4 shots. So that first shot, when he grabbed my necklace, I was going down and my necklace was coming up because he was trying to take it off. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm holding it like, Yeah. So when he shot that second shot, I looked down, that barrel was that long. You know what I said, man? If you don't take this motherfucker, get the away from me.
Right.
Nigga, all you had to do was show me that motherfucker. I was saying, here.
You got it.
You know what I'm saying? Look, so I seen the barrel the second time after the second shot, and that one I went on and flicked it off.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And he grabbed it and ran on up the street. You know? Manny, one of the guy who was with us, he had got shot in the hand.
I got you.
And Manny's gun was sitting back.
Yeah.
So it had jammed. You feel what I'm saying? So it was the grace of God, because shout out to Chicago, man, because I heard when they get you, they don't shoot at the ground.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? That first one's supposed to be in.
Right.
But that's why I said it probably wasn't about me. It was about the chain.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, man, shout out to Chicago.
Oh, the spinner chain was gone, but thankfully, no one lost their life or sustained any serious injury. After they were robbed, they headed straight back to the hotel, and the next morning, D-Tay told young Buck that his chain had been stolen. Buck knew he had to tell 50, as this was a serious problem.
I tell Buck that I just got, somebody just took the chain. And Buck's like, took what chain, Tay? I'm like, he said, your TIP chains? 'Cause I still had a TIP chain at the time, okay? And I still got that on, so I'm like, nah, not that one. He like, what chain? I'm like, the G-Unit spinner. He like, the G-Unit spinner? Tay, no, Tay. You wasn't even supposed to have the chain. How you get the chain, Tay? You know, and I'm like, man, listen, it's already happened. You think I want to hear this shit from you right now? He like, man, you finna tell 50. You finna tell him, man. I ain't telling him. So I'm like, hey, call him. You know what I'm saying? So I just remember him calling Fifth, and I'm watching Buck's face, and he's like, yo, Fifth, man, the chain just got took, man. And I guess Fifth like, what chain? He like, the G-Unit chain. And then I just see Buck's face like, I'm finna let you talk to Tay real quick. So he give me the phone, and Fifth's like, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah. You know, he said, well, that's really all that matters, that you all right, you know. But y'all wasn't supposed to be out either, Tay. You know, what made you do that? And I just wanted to kick it. He said, all right, it's okay. Long as you okay, it's cool. Give Buck back the phone. So I give Buck back the phone, and all I knew was they sent Tay home immediately.
Damn. D-Tay was no longer on the tour. He was sent home immediately. 50 was quite pissed, but he didn't say much on the phone as he preferred to speak to Buck and Tay in person. D-Tay wasn't called back to G-Unit until 4 months after, while Buck remained in Chicago for some days trying to get back the chain.
Just saying we up the money. That's all I always tell. Now, he running around Chicago trying to get the chain back. I'm like, yo, Buck gonna get smoked. He in Cabrini Greens, he gonna get smoked out there, 50. Yeah, he gonna get smoked, man. Running around the projects in Chicago. Niggas don't give a fuck. Got big ass G-Unit spinner. Dance, motherfucker, give me the chain. Took the chain, D-Tay. 2 minutes later, give me the chain. He took the chain. Bop, bop. Yo, you know who got the chain back? Them El Chapo niggas.
So, isn't 50 doing it?
Yeah. Them El Chapo twin niggas. Them Spanish.
However, this was now serious street business. Young Buck tried everything he could to get the chain back. He spoke to various radio stations asking for any information about a robbery that involved chains, but he never got back the chain. Having your chain stolen was a huge embarrassment in hip-hop, and they were trying to get back the chain before the news spilled to the press. For the guys who stole the chain, it was showtime. They started doing interviews, bragging about robbing G-Unit and flexing the chain every chance they got.
You be wanging my bitch talking that shit, talking about they sell drugs. They ain't got no money. G-Unit. Ain't even bad your shit.
Oh, your broke ass Cashville got 10 a key.
You pop.
Hey, but this.
Going on the road, G.
Hey, your squad ain't on shit. Look what Look what happened. Now your career on the line. Cause Ja Rule finna get your fucking. You dumb.
This how we playing this shit. Whenever any of you out of town, man,
you should have had us on your squad. Look,
what's wrong, Buck? Hey, Will. Buck, you know you can't. Man, this how we playing. Anytime any of you in our town,
Buck, if this get out, your shit
y'all guaranteed a safe trip. If you don't get up with us before y'all get here and don't holler at us, this how shit going down, man.
This what happened.
Y'all already know how this go, man.
Gangsta shit.
Then they stated they wanted a record deal, a chance in the industry before they thought about releasing the chain.
We want them to get a label. Got to eat.
See, Pop's out here, you don't want everything gonna happen, boy, every time.
Yeah, you gay ass nigga. We ain't let y'all see no real nigga. I'll just look at this. Just keep looking at this.
Keep looking at it. Keep watching this, man. Zoom in, zoom in.
I'm finna go work out and get my swole on.
Anyway,
4 months. That's all we need. 4 pounds. You niggas 250, 300, all that. 4 pounds, all you need. It's Chicago, the real going. That's why you at us. Don't want us all in this shit, man. Let us up in this motherfucking game, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit real. We trying to go legit with. Hey, buy 100 of these, you can get our G-Unit contest. We gonna send you one of these if you win the contest.
He having a ball. This was destined to happen anyway, 50. You know how I was in the jungle. Look, Jay, now they gonna bounce on you.
You don't know how to spin like.
Y'all wanna take Josh shit down.
Why y'all take Josh shit? You know about y'all pick.
Fag, man. Look what happened to y'all.
Jeff, now we finna sell your shit to Jeffrey.
To little Jeff.
We started. We keeping shit started.
And for G-Unit, they were more focused on getting back the chain. Now, there are a few theories on how they actually got the chain back. DT stated that he can't remember who exactly helped them get the chain back, but he do remember an OG by the name of Uncle Godfather being involved in how they got the chain back.
There was a story about Spider Loke and Game situation. Shout out to my Uncle Godfather in Chicago, man. Shout out to Uncle Godfather, man. He actually stepped in on that and located that chain the next day.
Okay.
He helped us out, but
he got power.
Yeah, he did.
Young Buck had a meeting with OG Uncle Godfather because everyone was telling him that this is the person that can help get that chain back. Buck met Uncle Godfather at a Summer Jam concert in Chicago, which Uncle Godfather was a promoter of. At the same show, Buck ran into one of the Game's homies, JoJo Capone. Now, JoJo was a very influential person in Chicago, and being that he was connected to the Game, Buck believed that JoJo could also help him get the chain back. Buck called Game to ask him to speak to JoJo Capone to help get his chain back. But y'all thought it was gonna be that easy? Nah, they were asking for $100,000 to return the chain.
He said at one point when he got to try to get his chain back, JoJo Capone from Chicago came out to speak to him. He said when he saw JoJo Capone, mind you, this is back in like 06, 05, maybe even 04. This is 04, matter of fact.
Yeah.
So he said he talked to this dude, JoJo Capone. He's trying to get his chain back, his G-Unit spinner. He said, look at the dude. He tell him, Young Buck tell him like, hey, I seen you was on a DVD with Game. You Game homeboy. This should be cool. Like, okay, if you got the chain, I seen you. He the dude got kind of like embarrassed, like didn't know he was gonna recognize him. He say, the dude went, took a break, got on the phone, and whatever price that he had told him at first, he wanted $20,000 for the chain. He said once he said, Buck say, hold on. He called Game like, hey bro, I'm out in Chicago. Chain nigga DVD. He said after he talked to Game, the dude came back and wanted first he wanted $20,000, now he wanted $100,000. So to the point where it was like Game told them, like, you playing yourself, man.
JoJo Capone insisted that he was not part of the robbery. He was just trying to be a mediator, trying to help Buck get his chain back and get a cut of whatever Buck paid for the chain. Young Buck decided that $100,000 was way too much to pay to get the chain back. So he decided to just let it go. Another person who got involved in this story was Spider Loke. Spider Loke called the Game as he knew he could help them get the chain back. Game was on speaker during this call. Spider Loke asked Game about the chain, and the Game said, F G-Unit and the chain. During this period, Game was still a member of G-Unit. Now, Game didn't know that he was on speaker and that Buck heard everything he had just said.
About his experience that he went through in Chicago and trying to get his chain back, certain names was popping up that seemingly could help him get his chain back. One of them was J.O. Felony in my mind frame because he told me he saw, that's the homie, he told me he saw a lot of made men chains while he was moving through the process. All I knew is J.O. had did an album with the made men. I knew deep down it wasn't no connection, but I tried to I called J.O. on speaker right in front of Buck.
You were connected.
Thank you. And guess what? The biggest blessing of it all was this at one point. He said at one point when he got to try to get his chain back, JoJo Capone from Chicago came out to speak to him. He said when he saw JoJo Capone, mind you, this is back in 06, 05, maybe even 04. This is 04, matter of fact.
Yeah.
So he said he talked to this dude, JoJo Capone. He's trying to get his chain back, his G-Unit spinner. He said, look at the dude. He tell him, Young Buck tell him like, hey, I seen you was on a DVD with Game. You game homeboy. This should be cool. Like, okay, if you got the chain, I seen you. He like, the dude got kind of like embarrassed, like, didn't know he was gonna recognize him. He say, the dude like went, they took a break, got on the phone, and whatever price that he had told him at first, he wanted $20,000 for the chain. He said once he said, Buck say, hold on. He called game, like, hey bro, I'm out here in Chicago. The nigga who got the chain, the nigga on your DVD. Oh shit. He said after he talked to game, the dude came back and wanted first he wanted 20,000, now he wanted 100. So to the point where it was like game told them, like, you playing yourself, man. You ain't asking for no money. So
damn.
Swear to God, this is
my God.
This is how it played out.
So wait. But you're on the side trying to get the chain for the cheapest possible.
I just met these
You're trying to
because my brother bought it, but I already know game.
I know you.
Yeah,
know
so I'm trying to play my
yeah,
exactly. So I'm trying to, this dude from Tennessee, associated with the New York cats, this G-Unit chain is taken. He impressed by my rap style. He letting me know he gonna try to help me maneuver. So now, the chain got took. The names that's coming up, I'm familiar with. Yeah. I'm finna try to tap in with. So I call game, which I know his head up that I give a about a G-Unit chain. Right. But I don't get, immediately I'm like, hey cuz, check this out. The chain that was took in Chicago, my brother was there at the location. I feel like the chain got took for me. Game not having no clue that Young Buck is listening or I'm in.
Oh shit, damn. Okay.
Them Spider Weed from Compton, I don't give a fuck about them, fuck chain. So Buck got to hear this with his own ear. I don't have to tell you what this nigga said or none of that. I even think Yayo was on a three-way. I had just met him through the phone. So they both heard it. So bam. He also
and
was.
They were all cool with each other.
All cool. This was the biggest shock of their life at the time.
That was the game betraying his homies. Spider Loc claimed that in the end, he was one of the major reasons that Buck got his chain back.
Godfather left you on your own, and that's when JoJo Capone popped up. The game conversation came. So it happened when he tried to raise the price. Buck like, man, tell him to keep it. He leave town without letting Godfather know. So now he's in Atlanta. And now he's in Atlanta. Somehow throughout the politicking, we get back on the phone with Godfather. But I'm in the picture now. So I'm gonna pick up where I left off. So the Godfather like, yeah, I'm from LA, whoop. My brother was involved with that chain and da-da-da-da-da, and we trying to get it back. But I'm a young nobody. The Godfather dude tell me like, well, if you from LA, homie, I'm gonna let you know what level I'm on. He's trying to impress me. He like, when I touch LA, I touch down with cats like Suge Knight. So I use that opportunity to like put extras on who I am. I'm like, well, if you Knight, ask, no, I didn't go smooth. I went like extra, like, ask Suge about me. My name Whoopty Whoop. I'm from Whoopty. Yeah, cause like I had just like left Suge amicably, and then I got to clicking with these cats, and me and Suge was still in communication. We fucked around, we politics, whatever. So I knew what it was, and I didn't know, even though I know Suge's reputation, I still anticipated he could have said some bullshit. I took a chance to over project and represent like, oh, you with Suge, well, ask Suge about why. And long story short, hours later, a phone call came into our camp. They told us that tell Buck he gonna get his chain back and he could thank the after he went and talked to Suge, whatever Suge told him, motivated him apparently to make sure that
Now remember, that was Spider Loc's version of the story. According to 50 Cent and Tony Yayo, they got the chain back because of the cartel twins. Pedro and Margarito are no slouch when it comes to the white powder business. They were born into a modest family and grew up in a part known as La Velita or Little Village in Chicago. Little Village was the type of hood where bandanas make the homies a family.
Still trying to politic for that chain back.
Wait, so what did you just say? I'm sorry.
Listen, bro. Back in the days, Buck went to Chicago. He didn't get robbed. His man took the G-Unit spinner. You know, that was like the mascot.
Right.
G-Unit spinner. G-Unit!
Right.
You hit the spinner, it was the mascot. His man took it out. Man, detail, he took it out. He go out to Chicago. 2 minutes later, take the chain off.
Yo.
Take the chain.
Yo, I know your podcast. Your podcast is Yayo Accents.
Look, 2 minutes later, give up the chain. Niggas start having Michael Jackson, nigga, pop, 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 shooting at his feet and shit for the G-Unit spinner. The chain get tooken. Buck running around. He's trying to get the chain. Buck a real nigga, ain't gon' front. Everywhere he go, he meet nigga Chicago. I can't take nothing from him. He a real fuck with Buck. Know what I mean? I game all of them. Just saying we fuck the money. That's all I always tell. Now, he running around Chicago trying to get the chain back. I'm like, yo, Buck gonna get smoked. He in Cabrini Greens. He gonna get smoked out there, 50. Yeah, he gonna get smoked, man. Running around the projects in Chicago. Niggas don't give a got G-Unit spinner. Dance, motherfucker, give me the chain. The chain, detail. 2 minutes later, give me the chain. The chain, bop, bop. Yo, you know who got the chain back? Them El Chapo niggas.
Isn't 50 doing it?
Yeah. Them El Chapo twins. Them Spanish niggas.
The Flores twins ran the city, so when the people who stole the G-Unit chain was trying to sell it, they contacted Margarito and Pedro Flores, who could pay the kind of money they were asking for the chain. However, rather than buy the chains, the Flores twins would rather have 50 Cent as a contact. Being in 50 Cent's circle was way more valuable than them just owning a G-Unit chain. Pedro and Margarito, they stopped all movement of all drugs in the city until the chain was given to them. With no one getting any work in Chi-Town, the thieves had no choice and was forced to give the twins the chain. And the brothers only paid a small amount of money for the chain.
The twins inherited their father's business. Their father, Margarito Flores, was a trafficker, and he introduced his children to the business from a very young age. Pedro and Margarito were used as a load cover to smuggle drugs by their cover to smuggle drugs from Mexico. They sat on top of multiple kilos of weed and other drugs while their father drove the car back and forth between the US and Mexico. With the young twins in the car, no one would suspect or bother searching the vehicle. When the twins became adults, they took over their father's customer, expanded the business, and even earned El Chapo's trust. Pedro and his brother became the biggest drug dealers not only in Chicago, but in the US as a whole. Margarito was in charge of getting the drugs into the country from Mexico, while Pedro was in charge of distributing them and overseeing the carriers in Chicago. They had earned El Chapo's trust and were his biggest distributors. The Flores brothers were distributing 2 tons of cocaine every month and even moved over $2 billion over the borders from the US to Mexico for El Chapo. According to 50 Cent, the Flores brothers distributed over 1 ton of coke.
Look, they moved 130 tons of cocaine and heroin.
Damn.
For their organization. So if you look, when you say that, I was like, man, you were selling drugs. I was doing something different. They took it, the dudes that robbed them took it to Jay from the Flores. He immediately, when he realized that the main diamonds, they took it to him because he would be the guy that could pay for that much for it. You know what I'm saying? At the time, they moved over 130 tons of cocaine and heroin in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So if you look, like $2 billion worth of drugs they sold over there. And I'm going, when they go to them with the piece, he looks, he said, nah, it's not right, but he gave him a little something, and then he gave the piece back.
Despite all of that, Buck did try to get the chain back. However, one move and they got the chain back.
Bro, them niggas like, yo, we didn't know it was them at the time. We just found out like later on. And you know Gabby.
Yeah, I know.
Gabby called, yo, we need the chain back. Call him Spanish. Nobody gets no work in Chicago. Let me go use the bathroom.
But is it Kato?
Yo, let me use the bathroom.
I gotta use the bathroom.
Look, I swear to God, this is how real it get with this politics.
That's real.
Said, yo, the G Unit spinner 50, I want the chain back. Called Gabby. Yo, chain back. Nobody's getting no work in Chicago until the chain come back. It was the Chapo twins. Them niggas.
What's the name?
The Flores twins.
Flores twins.
Nobody getting no work.
Not Kato.
Not Kato. Kato was dead already.
Oh, God bless.
That's DMX man, right?
Yeah, God bless.
It was the Flores twins.
Okay.
Gabby made the call. Swear to God, that's when I respected Gabby. Nobody getting no work till the chain come back. That's when I realized.
How is Jamaican?
I mean, Gabby's Spanish, but he's Spanish, but you know what I'm saying? Whatever the Flores.
50 Cent revealed that the chain that was stolen was a fake and not the original piece.
I came across them. The other thing is, I came across them in 2004 at the height of Get Rich or Die Trying. One of the dudes in Buck's entourage decided to leave the hotel and go to Cabrini Green Projects because he wanted to party. And
what?
He had the spinner, the G on the spinner piece. They robbed him for the piece. So after he got robbed for that, the twins, they got it to the twins because that's who would have the money to buy that. And then Jay Flores, he got the piece back to me because just to create the relationship, he brought the piece back.
He stole it from Buck's boy.
Yeah. And then
and what?
After, then it got back to me through Gabby. Gabby he's working at RCA at the time under Steve Rifkin, and he had a relationship.
But in the end, the Flores twins, who made a whole lot of money for El Chapo, were also the ones to help bring his whole drug empire down.
People didn't know. When I had the G Unit piece originally, if you look at it, you see me wearing it, Ebro, it was $300,000 I spent on the piece. All right, because it was the biggest piece of jewelry that I bought at that point. When I took it off my neck, I didn't want to pay the insurance for it, so I had a dummy piece made. So the piece that they actually caught was the punk piece. Like that was the one with mouse knights in the joint.
Yeah,
right? That's when you see it moving around.
Cubic zirconiums.
Yeah. That shit, I had that done because I wasn't going to pay the insurance to when it's not in my possession. I'll have to pay more for the insurance for it. So I just put it in the safe, the real piece, and they was wearing the other one.
The Flores twins, they switched sides and began working with the feds. The twins testified against El Chapo, went into witness protection, and they still was able to keep a large amount of wealth that they received and amassed from the drug trade. After their time with the cartel, and in return for giving back the chain, 50 Cent helped the twins start their podcast. Because they cooperated with the feds, the Flores twins only got a 14-year sentence. They might have gotten off lightly, but their lives changed forever.
And the two twin brothers from Chicago who helped create and then bring down one of the most powerful Mexican each received a 14-year sentence. Pedro and Margarito Flores have been cooperating with the feds, often undercover, for 6 years. They began, as Judge Ruben Castillo pointed out, at the height of their crime spree when they were helping to distribute over 71 tons of and collect $2 billion in cash. Even the prosecutors pointed out their cooperation was unprecedented.
Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. That's all for me for now. But go ahead, comment, like it, share it.